Tyla King. Welcome to SharkCast Pod. Thanks for being here. Nice to meet you. This is where we get to know our NRLW players a bit better. Can you tell me about growing up, where you grew up and how you got into sport?
Cool. So I was born and raised in Auckland, New Zealand. Spent most of my upbringing there, and I pretty much come from a sporting family, a rugby league family actually. So it was a little bit of a shocker when I went to rugby, the opposing sport initially, but that was the only sport for me growing up. But I played heaps of different sports that have a touch footy background as well.
Yeah.
Any sport that was available at high school, I was pretty much doing it. It was swimming, taekwondo, hockey, you name it, I gave it a go. I was one of those kids that just loved sport, and my parents and family really encouraged it too. And yeah, I just happened to fall in with rugby and team sports, and then loved it, but knew from afar that I'd always wanted to end up back in rugby league, especially as the NRLW competition started to kick off in 2018 and then grow from there.
Okay. Are you being a bit humble? Because I've been told you've played for your national country in a few different sports. Can you run us through that?
Yeah, so I've had the honour and privilege to play 5 different sports for New Zealand. Touch, tag, rugby sevens, rugby 15s, and more recently rugby league for the Kiwi Ferns.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad, eh?
The family must be proud of you for all those accolades.
Yeah, they're super proud, and I wouldn't be where I am though without their support, especially in those earlier days. My mum, my dad running me around, my grandparents even to different trainings early in the morning, late at night, and then also my siblings, taking a little bit of a backseat to allow that to happen as well. Tell
us how you got to the NRLW. You went to the Dragons across the bridge. How did you end up there? What was your journey there?
Since the NRLW kicked off, I've always been watching from afar and always thought, man, how cool would it be to one day come across there? And then just so happened that the stars aligned back in 2023 to allow that to happen, and kind of just looked around and found that I ended up at the Dragons there with Sowie and partnered Racing McGregor for a couple of years, and then after that I kind of wanted to explore and see what else was out there, and that's when Hermo and the Sharks were there, and had some conversations there, plus a few multiple messages back and forth with my Kiwi Ferns teammate Anissa Biddle, kind of grilling her around what the Sharks looked like, and made my decision from there, and I don't regret. It's the best decision I made.
Tell us about the off season. How was that for you, acclimatising to a new club? I know it wasn't very far from the Dragons, but what's it been like for you, the changes and the team? Obviously a very close-knit team. Yeah, no,
it's been awesome since coming here. I was just welcomed with open arms, like all the new fresh faces that have come to the Sharks this year. And that's a credit to the girls too in this team and in this club and the environment that they create, where we're able to feel safe and be who we are, and that's uniquely ourselves. I felt welcome from the very get-go, and then in regards to this learning too, like Hermo's such a clever coach, like just being able to listen to him and develop my game that way and look and see, and I guess in the earlier stages too, I was injured, so I got to sit up in the coach's box for a few of those games and really just listen to what him and Isaac were talking about and what they were seeing, which hopefully would help when I got back out on the field, and I think it has, and I've just enjoyed it ever since.
Now you play a multiple amount of positions. Do you have a favourite position?
Oh yeah, they've all been so fun and enjoyable. I'll say my probably preference is 6, but then I've enjoyed being able to get into 9 and being able to scoot and jump and run out those rucks and catch some of the forwards napping there. But then also when I did play at fullback, the ability to roam and then sniff around the ruck too. So they all have their pros and all that kind of stuff. So it's been enjoyable being able to test out different positions this year and really see where I fit.
Well, we've needed you and your teammates to do that because there's been so many injuries. And it's been next woman up, and it's really worked well. Like the coach has done a great job to put the right people in the right positions, even if it's not your preferred position. How has it been? I mean, you've been through injuries yourself. How's it been this year? Have you noticed a difference between like last year at the Dragons, this year at the Sharks, with like just the amount of injuries? Because it's been quite remarkable.
No, there's been a massive amount of injuries this year that's probably the most I've experienced in the NRLW space. With the teams that I've been a part of, we pretty much lose two players per game has been our success rate in regards, you wouldn't call it a success rate, but it's been our rate of injury pretty much, 2 players minimum per game since we started really, which has been tough, and I guess that ends up making it hard for Hermo having to juggle players around and all that kind of stuff, and as you say, players playing out of preferred positions and stuff, but then it shows you the depth and versatility that we have as a squad. Some teams wouldn't have been able to do that really, and just shows you full credit to the girls, how much work they put in behind the scenes to, try and play a position that they haven't played before or don't know much about. So then, jump in it because, playing different positions, it is a big jump, especially I went from 6 to then a 9 to a fullback type of thing, and fullback on defence, you're controlling, the size, the numbers, making sure you're doing them right. So there's a lot to it. It's not just, jumping in and being, I'll give it a shot. There's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes too.
Yeah, for sure. What's it like for you being, with all respects, a more mature player at this stage of your career? Plenty of years to go. But seeing sort of like a Carter come through or just the young kids come through and make their debuts, is that something that's special to you and you're able to sort of guide them with your experience?
Yeah, for me it was still exciting being an older debutant as well. That was fun coming to the club and being able to make my debut there. But yeah, it's awesome to see the young talent coming through too. And for me, it's just about showing them. I've been in professional sport for so long now, so that's something I can, I guess, help them with in that regard, and just show them that way through my actions mainly, and what it looks like to be, I guess, a professional athlete. Because no doubt this, the NRLW is going to go full time in the next, how many years? Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. That's the way it's trending at the moment, and it'll be awesome to see it get there in that space. But yeah, the girls here are incredible, and they take things on and are always open to learn and all that kind of thing as well as me. Like I am older, I'm one of the older ones. I think third oldest in the team, but I'm still learning the game myself and still learning so much, which is awesome.
What's the year been like as a team? It started out a bit shaky, but we've really found our feet. We're on our way to the finals. We're locked in for the finals. The last sort of month has been great. How have you found it as part of the team? Are you happy with where the team is at?
I still feel like we haven't fully hit our full potential yet, which is pretty exciting to say as well, especially as we come closer to that finals footy. We haven't quite hit that yet, which is awesome. Like, that means there's still so much more that we can give as a team, yet we have still been getting wins along the way. So I'm excited to see how we go this Thursday, and then also next week when we get into finals footy. So
grand final replay, I know you weren't part of it, but the Roosters are the best in the business. The ladies must be pumped for this one. Yeah,
they're pumped. And at the end of the day, we've got nothing to lose and all to gain. They're the ones that are on that win streak. We're not. We can go out there and just give it our all and see where we're at. And it's a great test to see where we're at leading into finals. We were obviously very disappointed in how we went last week against the Bulldogs, because we know that was nowhere near anywhere how we can play as a team. And so if we can pull things together this week, I think it'll be a good test for us to see where we're at leading into that finals footy.
All right, before we let you go, one question we ask every guest on the show, and that is about music. I want to know, Tyla, about what music you like, whether it's an artist, band, genre. You can speak for as long or as little as you like on this subject.
I'm not really a music person. I'm that person that will just, I don't know the name of the song or who sings it.
Okay.
But I do. I love a little bit of country, love Chris Stapleton.
Oh, yeah.
My husband and I's song's Millionaire. That was our first dance song at our wedding.
Nice.
But then I love a little bit of 660 from back home too. A little bit of Kiwi flavour.
Someone else in the past few weeks told me that. I can't remember who it was. Gary, can you help me out?
Brookie? No.
Someone was educating me on that act.
660, you need to listen to it, it's good.
All right.
Good.
Thanks for your time, Tyler. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, nice to meet you.
And Kiria Ratu waits behind the ruck. It comes to Shante. Kiria Ratu, she's kicked it. Cronulla have won. Shante Kiria Ratu with her first career field goal. She knew it as soon as she struck it, and now they are in delirium, the Sharks.
Tony, last round of the season against the Roosters, how are you feeling?
Yeah, good. We've put ourselves in a position to make finals, and really good challenge for us. Grand final replay, they're a really good footy side, so we'll get a gauge on where we're at, that's for sure.
Grand final's a long time ago, but is this one that you had circled on the calendar a while away?
Oh, not really. We're a different side now, What did we lose, 6 or 7 from our side last year? So, we're building a different way in our program to what we were last year. So, it's a big challenge for us, and, they're going to be good. And, we probably didn't pencil it in, to be honest.
No secret that the Roosters are flying at the moment. Is it nice to have this challenge going into finals, to really almost play finals a week early?
Yeah, I think so. We've got a lot of young girls that are finding their way in footy, and, this will present a real challenge for them. They're playing great footy, really good footy side, a couple of good centres, Kelly's back. They get off their end really well. Some big forwards. They got Aiken in the halves and Kelleher's kicking game. So, they've got a really well-rounded side. So, they'll present a whole heap of things for us.
Is it easy to move on from that Bulldogs game and just put it down to an off night?
Well, look, as I keep saying it, but, we are trying to grow our program, and, with some girls there that probably wouldn't have expected to play at all, and, they've played 8-9 games. So, that takes a real toll on them. So, those girls in particular coming into this game, You know, it's another game of footy, you know, different to where they thought they'd be. So, yeah, we've put it behind us, but, you know, we need to learn from it at the same time too.
Is it nice to be able to name a relatively similar side to the week before? It's not a luxury you've had too many times this season.
Yeah, I think it's the first time, isn't it? So, yeah, no, we're really happy that we didn't get any injuries last week or anything like that, and hopefully that leads into this week. A little bit of stability around our side would be great. You know, we seem to be changing all the time with people in and people out, and, you know, we've lost some people now again for the season, so it makes it really hard to get that continuity, particularly when you're a young team learning their footy. So, yeah, but no, really proud of the girls with how they're going and looking forward to this week.
Is there an extra surge of energy at this time of year, knowing the finals are just around the corner, a lot of big matches to come?
Yeah, I think other than right now with the rain, but you know, the weather gets warmer, everyone's a little bit more positive. It's a great time to be training, so yeah, it's a really exciting time for the club and, you know, for this group of girls.
This kick is for Fua. Taylor's there. She's going to get back in the field to play here. That is massive from the dead ball line. And she's going to go a lot further. No one is going to get to her over the halfway line. She's starting to get on the treadmill. Pauline is chasing. Oh, that is remarkable. New South Wales will win the game off the back of a length of the field try.
Sharkies!